Welcome back to A Drop of Happy, your space for stress well living, well being, and entertainment. This is your drop of calm, clarity, and joy. I'm your host, Wanda Toby. And I want to talk about the Ryan Davis situation. With him being on Club Shay Shay, why can't I say Shay Shay? We want Club Shay Shay. And discussing his daughter in the light that he did. To me, it's an example of when trying to be too deep goes too wrong. And I get it because there have been viral moments out of Club Shay Shay. Davis was hoping to create and capitalize on his turn. Unfortunately, this viral moment came at the expense of his daughter. And I don't think he saw it coming. Or maybe he did. Maybe he didn't care. I don't know. So if y'all don't know, Ryan Davis is a comedian and he has recently funded his own comedy special. So part of his promotion for said special is to make media appearances. And Club Shay Shay was one of those moments, one of the stops that he was making. Now, I don't know if Shannon Sharp is getting any journalism courses or professional training or taking it upon himself to get lessons. Because if you are a professional, you want to be better at your craft. Okay? If he is not, he really should look into it because his behavior and interviewing skills are not given journalism. He's not a journalist. He's not a coach, like a life coach, any type of coach. He's not a therapist. He's not anything with any type of credentials. And the issue is where this comes into play for me is Sharp's conduct. I feel like what people are not talking about is how he did not have the wherewithal to steer the conversation towards a more productive and constructive outcome. It's also concerning because he went on to post an extremely clickbaity post, I think on the Bird app, the app formerly known as Twitter, and really appeared to give zero forethought to posting a picture of that man's underage child. That, in my opinion, signifies a gross lack of professionalism, a lack of media knowledge, and a lack of basic child development, which in this case is material to the conversation. Ryan Davis also exploited his own personal emotions for clicks as well, but stars do that. Like that's part of the business. That's part of the job. When they're going out promoting their things, they got to put themselves out there, connect with the people and things like that to create the interest, create the vibe. So that's fine. But he kind of dragged his daughter into it as well, which that is really where the problem lies and stems from. To provide a brief summary, he basically relayed that at one point his daughter saw him more as an ATM machine than her daddy. He, in essence, said that one day she's a daddy's girl and the next day she's a mini gold digger, basically. And here I am thinking, oh, and probably everybody else on the net thinking, oh, he must be talking about his grown 20-something-year-old daughter. But he was not. Nope. He was talking about his 11-year-old child. Now, now, he did go on to say he felt like he contributed to the turn because he did not spend enough time with her. And so he then made it a point to spend more time with his children. The issue that I have with this is that although he identified the problem of needing to spend more time with her, he framed it in an adultification reference to his daughter, which also to me highlighted his lack of understanding of basic child development. Again, I will say that again. People are saying, like, the people that are commenting negatively, saying that we missed the mark, we missed the context, but I don't feel like we did. Because if you're working a lot and not spending time with your children, that will have an effect on your children in some way, shape, or form. And you, as a parent, need to course correct. That's not rocket science at all. The conversation puts his ignorance and his bias on full display because there's just, again, that basic lack of knowledge of adolescent growth and development. Heck, did he even talk to any other parents? Like, that have children that that know they get to an age where they will ask and ask and ask without any thought to a parent's capabilities or feelings. And honestly, they do this whether you are a full-time parent or a part-time parent. I will say some, as they get older, as they start to get a little bit more wiser and mature, learn who they can ask, who they can't ask, and things like that. But you know, that comes as you get older, right? But this is where the teaching moments are built in, right? In these stages, right? My daughter once thought we had to do Black Friday shopping because the commercial said so. She had a long list and everything. I was like, no, boo boo. Like, who? We don't have to do that. They reach a point where they're going to ask you for stuff because who else are they supposed to ask? It seems to me that part of the problem was that he was projecting his feelings of inadequacy and insecurity about not being as present as a father as he would have liked onto her. Instead of internalizing those feelings and taking a moment of reflection, taking a moment to work through them to see how he can adjust and deal with them, he adultified his daughter. He really, for real, did put that on a child. Again, the way he was talking, you would think that maybe she was in her mid-20s, but no. It's 10 to 11-year-old child. A parent is supposed to provide for their child's need, whether you're present or not, especially a good parent. I do give kudos to him for choosing to be more present, but the fact that he even said that she sees him as an ATM is absolutely crazy to me. It doesn't compute because ask and ask is what they're going to do. Like, you could be down to your last 50 cents and they are going to ask you for something that costs 40. Be damned if you have bills to pay or whatever. That's what they're going to do. Hopefully, the increase in Davis's presence will provide the opportunity for him to teach her about money, to teach her about being grateful, to teach her about not being selfish. Because really, these are the lessons children are supposed to learn through parental interaction. And that is your drop for today. Take what you need, leave the rest, and move gently into whatever comes next. If this moment helped, share it with somebody who could use a little clarity and a little entertainment news for today.